Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my young dear friends. And also, good morning to the people who have joined us from the other part of the world. I'm excited to introduce you today one of our team member and an achiever and a concerned person, Dr. Pavanesh K. Mahant, who is an MBBS and MPH Master in Public Health. I've seen him working during COVID times, day in and day out, in the state of Himachal Pradesh, helping thousands and thousands of people. And today, I'm so happy to be with this gentleman who has brought hope and energy into this world through his work. He has written a book, a wonderful book, Hit It, to get into your own strength for our teenagers. Welcome, Dr. Pavnesh, to this live session.
Thank you so much.
I would like to go straight away. In spite of being so busy with COVID work, what is that motivated you to write a book for the teenagers? What happened during this time, and what is that motivating force?
Yes, Leo. The first and foremost is that teenage has always been my favorite audience to work with. Having worked with a few thousand of people in past 4 years. So writing a book was always in my mind. My own teenage years, because working with teenagers give me that joy, that enthusiasm, some amount of energy that they have. I get it from them while working with them. So writing a book was always an idea, and I always had thought of writing a book, but not for teenagers. And if I look back, my own teenage time was very hard. I had a few challenges, and they were very painful and very, very difficult to deal with. And what happened was in that time, so when I started to come out of it, and then I found few strategies and started to get tools, I took a few years, maybe 7-8 years, to gather all the strategies and tools to get back on my track. And now during the COVID time, suddenly it happened. So suddenly the one idea, one day, an idea stuck to me. And it was like, I have been teaching these skills to people who are in their 30s and who are in their 40s. And one idea came, what if I can teach the same skills to our teenagers? What if they learn the strategies that topmost corporates learn at the age of 40 in a simplified way? And I found it was possible. And I was really thrilled with the idea. And when I shared this idea with few of the teenagers and talked about their problems, the kind of results they got were literally astounding. And that was the time when I thought, this time I'm going to write a book for teenagers. And when I started to work, because ideas, having studied hundreds of books in past 8-10 years, when I started to write, it was around 300-400 pages of a book. So I thought, no, I don't want that big voluminous book. So we cut it down, and our idea was to make it simple and short, so that they can get the information in a simplified way in a very short amount of time. And that is how it happened. I had been thinking about writing a book for past 10 years, but we wrote it in 3 months time. And the kind of feedback that I'm getting from teenagers is really touching and making everything that I've worked worth.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I think there in itself, there is a message. When there is toughness, when there is difficulty, when the times are not okay, it brings the best out of us, right? And that's what you have proved. Maybe that's a message to the teenagers you want to give through your sharing just now. How about the title, Dr. Pavanesh? Hit It. Getting into your resources. What is the meaning of this title, Hit It?
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that?
Yes. When I started to work with teenagers, Leo, I found many of them, I found them from all age, from somebody who was having problem with confidence, and on the other extreme, somebody who's overconfident. They were so confident that I was scared that they could put themselves in danger. Some of them were too balanced and were moving steadily, but there was a whole range of issues that I was facing. But one thing I found common, lots of them wanted to do big and impossible things in their life. They wanted to do something that was that had never been done, or they wanted to do it big. And sometimes it scared them, but they forgot. And all of us forget. We already have been doing impossible things throughout our life. When we were born, we had no skill. First step, even I did not know to crawl, to stand, to walk, even to tie my shoelaces. I remember when I tried to tie my shoelaces for the first time, it looked like mission impossible. And now it's so commonplace that I don't look at it like an achievement anymore. And from that point on till this day, if I have to count, I can count hundreds of things that I started and I thought, oh, forget it. This looks too complicated. This is too impossible for me to achieve. But now they are so things that we want and that look impossible right now. They can be possible. And if we look at what skills and what strengths made that impossible, the possible, that resource is always there with me, provided I choose to work with it. But sometimes for some weird reason, we forget to focus on our strengths and we focus only what went wrong in our nursery classes, in our early years, and some breakup happened, something but rejected, and we focus on our weaknesses. That's what we get. But now, right in the beginning of the book, we find that if you look at, you have hundreds of strengths that you have built that you're not using at all. And if you have a method to deal with that, you can get in touch with them right now and move forwards towards the worthy goals, towards the goals that you want to achieve. Provided you learn how to do that. It is one way, it's one thing to say, oh, get into your strengths. Another one way is to give you the tools and the techniques and the strategies to find that out. And then you find out that you can utilize those. It's one thing to say, oh, don't worry, be relaxed. Nobody gets relaxed by saying that. But there is another strategy. These are step 1, 2, 3. Sit down. I'm giving it to you. Do it now. And now you feel that relaxation. So that is the difference. So we want to, one tool to look into your strengths and then finding a way to get into your strengths. To use and move forward towards your life. So that is the essence of the book that we are covering.
I think you are pushing the idea so powerfully that from impossible to I am possible. Spelling is the same. It just the gap you are inserting, understanding
Yes.
how resourceful one can be. Well,
Yes.
Dr. Pawnesh, I have one simple question, which haunts my mind all the time. How to get into your resource, when you are faced with challenges, right? This question is not my question. As a teenager, I faced it, and still I look, like a teenager now. At times I face it. Well, how do you get into your resources when you are facing difficulties? Could you throw some light on that?
Definitely. So I would like to show that this is exactly the way our brain works. So what I want to tell you is, I'll show you some images from the book. And then, first of all, the strengths are always there. The strengths are continuously inside of us. We fail to access them, right? So whenever a problem happens, the first thing that I found out was, when I was in depression in my medical college days, I always used to find somebody and discuss, oh, I'm depressed, I feel low, I feel anxious, I feel depressed, I feel low, I feel anxious. And I discussed it with dozens of people for years altogether, without even mentioning, what do I want to feel instead? And then one day, a girl came and she said, enough of that story now, I've heard it enough now. Tell me, how will your life be when you don't have this problem anymore? And I was shocked. For so many years, I had never given a thought to how my life will look like when this problem is not over. When this problem is not there, this problem is over. And that was the time when the first time I understood, what do you want can be the most important question. So teenagers come with problems. Hey, I'm feeling that that my parents are not understanding me. Sometimes they say you are a kid. Sometimes they say you are grown up, and they say, I'm confused. Who am I? Right? Sometimes they say you're grown up, and then I become independent. They say you're not that grown up also. So sometimes they say my friends, and I feel that pressure of smoking or getting into indulge into sexual activity, and I don't know what to do. Right now, I think I have my own decisions. I don't want peer pressure to affect me. And they are talking about their problem again and again and again. And then I have to stop them and ask them, what do you want? And like me, they're stopped. They don't know what to say because they have never thought about that. And once you begin to decide and tell, how do you want to be? And they take time. And when we begin to elaborate, how will your life be different when you achieve that? And that is the beginning when you begin to direct, because our brain is like that GPS. And GPS, what happens in a GPS that I've written in my book? In the GPS, I want to go someplace, I don't know the address. I take out my mobile phone and I put my destination. Satellite picks up my present location and then I get the path. But if I don't put my destination, I won't get the path. In spite of the fact that I have a great GPS, great piece of technology with me. Our mind is like that. But if we continuously keep talking about where I am, I don't want to be here, where I am, I don't want to be here, we cannot get guidance and our brain doesn't judge. And if we don't give it a goal, it will not fulfill it. So first thing that I learned was to find out what is, if there is a problem and I keep on talking about it, what do I want? Elaborate it. How will my life be different? And then comes the second piece. This is one of the image from the book that says, if you want fruit and you are bearing the fruits from the stem, from the branches, but you're not watering the branches, you water the roots. Take care of roots and fruits will take care of themselves. So now comes using your internal strengths. Every time you're using your internal strengths, the tools and techniques and the steps that we mentioned in the book, you will be nurturing the roots. And every time you learn a new skill, and you will also get the tools to learn new skills, you are nurturing those roots. And the moment more you nurture those roots, stronger the tree will grow and will bear the fruits. And more important than that, you may be just 1 or 2 skill away from the results that you want. Maybe if somebody is too stressed out, getting in touch with their strength of being relaxed, and the tools can be supplied. That's what we do in major part of the book. That can transform every area where the person feels stressed out. So it's always easy. It doesn't matter what are the circumstances outside. 1 or 2 or 3 strengths that you can pick up from your past, and you have them all the time inside of you.
Yeah,
You will solve.
That's beautiful. I think as an NLP expert also, you brought in 3 powerful concepts of NLP. One is move away from blame frame to the outcome frame. Know what you want. And the language, what we use. Instead of saying, I'm depressed, what is that you want? Come out with, use a different language. Third thing is, well, you use the unconscious mind. Unconscious mind doesn't understand. I can't, don't, all these words. That's beautiful. Well, how do you think our teenagers can use this book? What is the recommendation for our teenagers?
This is the first of all, I was initially I was hesitant. I thought, how can a book change a life of a person? Because I am a experiential sort of person. So I like to work one-to-one or in groups with people. I work with 10,000 people in past few years. So I thought, but then with the advent of technology, we can use lots of tools. So I recommend that this is a workbook. Nowhere, this book is not about Dr. Pavnish at all. You will find the word I in very, very less places of time. And this book is about the person who is reading the book. And they will, from chapter 1, in the chapter 1, they will list down 30 of their accomplishments. And by the time they finish the 30th, they begin to sense a change in their body language. In every exercise, every chapter, there is exercise to bring in some element of their personality. What did they accomplish? What do they value? What are their reference experiences? What are the things that they have already accomplished? And then in the second section, they will find out how goal setting works. And then in the third section, they will find out how to go from where they are to where they want to go. So it is recommended that while you're reading this book, work with this book. Start with a pen and paper, and I always ask them, have some fun, create some fun, because when you are having fun, you learn a lot. So I asked them, put some nice music, drink a glass of water, walk for a while, bring your color pens and start to write or draw or speak it aloud when I'm saying, because there's one thing, we have 60,000 thoughts going through our mind in 24 hours. So if I'm just thinking about the concepts of the book, it will stay in head. forever. But if I'm writing it down, I'm using my eyes, my hands, and I'm using my ears, and I'm saying the dialogues internally, I'm using more of my body. So my recommendation is to use this as a workbook. And second, in order to assist that, we have provided a tools, 16 modules as a resource. So there's a YouTube, there's a link. So they go to the website of reading the book, click the link, they will get the audio instructions, and it will be like I'm working one-to-one with them. I'm guiding them step by step so that they can listen to my voice and follow it. And after that, there is a free journal that we are providing it to them. So this is a free journal. And this is called, if you can see, this is called Hit It. In this, we have provided them tools and techniques. In the first few pages, this is free of cost available on the website. And in the first few pages, they will write about themselves. What do I love? What are my strengths? And we'll give them tips to fill that up. What are important areas of my life? And then how to plan it. And this is available. So we recommend this take just 10 minutes of their day. But these 10 minutes, we have condensed all the learnings of the book in the form of action steps. So they can spend just 10 minutes one day, every day. And in 10 minutes time, they will be reinforcing all the learnings that they've got.
Yeah.
So I recommend use this like a workbook. Have fun while you do that. It takes just 15 minutes to complete one chapter, and it has 13 chapters. So even if you spend 15 minutes a day, every day for one chapter, which they can do even during their exams, by the end of 2 weeks, the book will be finished. And then they will spend just 10 minutes every single day, and every learning will be strengthened. If they use that for 30 to 60 days, these pieces of information will become a part of their life. So guess what? In a young age, they have learned to get in touch with their strengths, to set their goals and work towards them, and not of being afraid of mistakes. What kind of great life that there can be.
Yeah.
And that is the vision I have for them.
That's powerful, Dr. Pawnesh, because every other author would say, use this book, I will give you help, I will do this. And what you have done is you have changed that into you have the power. You
Yes.
do something, and when you practice, you progress.
Yes.
That's really powerful. I think that is coming from your value system, where you would like to understand how people can grow together. What is the message you have for teenagers right now? What would you?
First message is, yes, the first message that we already always discussed. What do you want, and how do you want to be? Can be the most powerful questions that you can ever ask. Sometimes people ask, hey, what solutions does your book offer? I said none. It offers questions that they can ask themselves, and these questions will trigger the strengths inside of them. A major part of this book is questions, but these questions will trigger the strengths that they have. So first is, if you are in trouble, ask, what do you want? What do I want? And how do I want to be in this situation? People say, my situation is so stressing. No, situation is there. I am stressed out. I have two options. I can be stressed, I can be relaxed. Which option will I have? So see two Pawnesh. One Pawnesh is stressed, one Pawnesh is relaxed. Which one do you want to be? Oh, I want to be Pawnesh who is relaxed. Now you got the goal. Now, if you find 3 steps that can make you relax, will you do that? Yes. So now, even the situation outside is same. You are relaxed. So even if difficult situations are difficult, you can change yourself. Second, a big chunk of this book is about making mistakes. I advise you, people are scared of making mistakes, and that's why they don't attempt anything. And sometimes they make one mistake and they keep it up. And they ask, what if I take a dream and then I make a mistake? I said, if you make mistake, damn it, you will make mistakes. You never learned anything in your life without making mistakes. You learn to walk, you were making mistakes. You started to write, you were making mistakes, and then learning from it. You went out, approached a girl or boy of opposite sex, and you made mistake, you fumbled, right? And then every time you made mistakes, and some people gave up at that time. Initially, you never gave up while you were young. That is a strategy, inborn system you have. But if you learn from every mistake, and they take this mistake and implement it into your next topic, next attempt, you will be growing with every mistake. So now that's why I always mention you. I advise them to write down, what is my big mistake of the day at the end of the day?
Wow.
And what is my lesson of the day? So if they do that consistently, you will find out that just by doing that, they will convert, they will begin to look at their mistakes like they're learning, unknowing, inside their unconscious. Then it'll become a useful habit for the rest of their life. So I think if they can just take up that, and when you pick up the book, work with it, and you will see yourself growing every single day. And you will see that change happening. Even if the circumstances outside are same, you are different, and you will begin to see them differently. And that is what will make the whole difference.
That's powerful, because without mistakes, we don't learn. Now maybe many parents out there and kids out there would like to know how to get this book. From where we can get this? Would you like to tell us something on that?
Yes, the book is available on Amazon, and if they type hit it, the title of the book, hit it, sharp smart strategies for dynamic teams of today, it is there. And fortunately, there was some promotional things are also going upon. And when they purchase the book, in the end of the book, there is one coupon code. There's one code that is available for them. So they can go to the website after reading, use that coupon code, and lots of audios will start to come. Audios for every chapter, every exercise that I teach you, so that they can listen to it, use the exercises. And then after that, we are building a community where we'll be keep posting information as the questions are arising. So my recommendation is visit that place, Amazon. Everybody's familiar with. It's available on Flipkart also, so they can go there, purchase it, and use it. And I'm waiting. And my email ID is there. They can get in touch with me and tell me how did they like it. So far, the kind of response people are giving, I'm really, feeling so blessed to have all of that.
Thank you, Dr. Pawnesh. Actually, I am really honored to have you with us in our team, Exodia. And definitely many parents out there will definitely find this book useful for their kids. And all my young friends, at times we worry about what we don't have rather than what we have. Here is not a solution for us. It is just questions to be asked inside. These questions elicit answers, and this response in the form of answers will take us somewhere. I think, Dr. Pawnesh, thank you very much for being with us. I'm honored and grateful to you for two things. One is the work what you're doing with people, may it be NLP, may it be your own field. Everywhere you are interested in people and growth of the people. Thank you very much for being a doctor like that. Many doctors, they graduate and they look for themselves, not for outside. Thank you very much for being that person. And the parents and the teenagers, please take this book. I've ordered one. Tomorrow I'm receiving it. Please take this book, use it. Because when you use it, you will practice your resources inside. And ask these questions so that explore the ocean within you and pick up those pearls and move on and shine. Thank you very much, everyone out there. And thank you very much, Dr. Pawnesh. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. See ya. Bye-bye.